Hello and welcome to episode 43 of The Card Show. What a week it's been in the hobby. So let's get into the news. Let's go. So we'll start off with eBay's acquisition of Golden. Some people saw it coming, some people didn't. Yeah, it's a very interesting one. Also, we know Golden for the sort of higher end auctions. eBay's obviously got eyes on it from all over the globe, from coins to clothes to trainers to cards to cars. Everything's on eBay. As Golden is more sort of memorabilia, sort of I'd say aimed and higher end stuff. So interesting purchase. I've heard rumours that it's sort of the collectors trying to offset it off the books because it wasn't doing too well for them financially. Be interesting to see if that's true. But then in a sort of a weird sort of we'll sell you Golden, you've got the auction place there, we'll take off the eBay vault. If it was a PSA have acquired the eBay vault, which is interesting because obviously PSA had their own vault already, but now they have the eBay vault. The plus side to this is obviously you get a card raw, send it to PSA to grade. As soon as it pops, as soon as that pop comes up, boom, PSA 10. You can then list that card straight on eBay, and they'll do the rest for you there. It goes to the vault, it gets sent off to the buyer or kept in their vault, whatever they choose. The downside to it is I believe it's 16% all in, so obviously extra 5%, 6% more than eBay currently. But compared to what it was when you had a PSA vault, well, the Collectors Club vault, sorry, they had charges for taking your cards out, and it wasn't really as good as it should have been, and I think they noticed that there's a lot of faults with that one, so it didn't really take off as much as they thought they would do. They bought the eBay one. eBay's obviously got the eyes on it. It's going to be a quicker turnaround for the cards because I think the 5%, 6% extra on the fees there, people won't really mind as much because of how fast it's going to be to market now. Like the speed to market, the efficiency now of, especially for someone again from England, it's going to make it a lot easier. If I can send a card, get these cards, I may prefer to sort of get them from US, for instance, whether it's US eBay or US breakers, get them over UK and give them a little wipe myself. Clean them up, make sure they're in a good condition, make sure I'm not just wasting £16, $20, whatever it is, to send it off when it's got scratches on it that I can't physically see. So I may then ship it from America. I can then see if I want to send it off, clean whatever, send it back to PSA to grade. But then instead of having to send it back to myself to list on, I can just have it boom, popped on eBay, let them sort it on the vault. It's a lot quicker turnaround. Again, I could alternately get it sent to US locker, sent to PSA. Obviously, I don't ship my cards, do that. I'm sure other services do as well. This is going to make it a lot quicker to market. You'll see a lot more of the US audience as well, I suppose, because they have the easiness of just being in America, getting their cards straight to PSA, straight pop, eBay, done. So I think it's going to increase that, which is obviously always a good thing. I always talk about the speed first to the market. We've seen it time and time again with the charts. The first time the Young Guns kind of popped as a base, it was sky high, and now it's dropped off from like 56%, I think it is. So being first is obviously very important. Again, the grade matters as well. So it's not. That's what I'm saying about getting the cards back and have a look at them. From being an English standpoint, I'm going to want to look at them because I'm not wasting money and just coming back with PSA 7s and 8s. Pointless and a lot of waste of money. So very interesting move. Again, I don't think Golden worked out for collectors as much as they thought it was. I know a lot of the cards they were selling, which weren't sort of the high end stuff, was going at a really good, like, cheap price. I just don't think the eyes were there for it. I think people really associate Golden with that sort of, the flu game trainers, the Jordan stuff, and limited Kobe jerseys from games, and it's this, like, the other. Whereas people probably weren't searching for, Mahomes cards or probably Messi cards at higher end, but just sort of the upcomers. They probably weren't searching for like a Kobe Mainu cards, for instance, or Kobe Mainu, should I say, the Garnacho cards, and they probably slipped under the radar a little bit. I think people thought he had something special, go to Golden. It wasn't really taking off as much. So now it gives sort of Golden eyes of everyone on eBay will be seeing that sort of stuff. You know, we've seen a lot of, you know, if you go on eBay, there is high-end cards on there as is. You know, do they sell? You know, probably not as much, but it's going to be an interesting transition. Again, I think the PSA to eBay vault is a more of a beneficial one than this eBay to Goldin scenario. We shall see what happens in the future. Let me know your thoughts. And next up we have the Fanatics Fest at NYC. Was announced just the other day by Michael Rubin in a very excited video. It looks absolutely insane. You know, we have all sorts of things he's planned for it. It's over, and it's on the 16th of August to the 18th of August at the Javits Centre in New York, which I was lit. I went past there the other day when I was in New York. I was staying right near it. Very nice place to stay around that sort of area in Manhattan, like Hudson Yard area. A whole host of stars going to be there. Derek Jeter, Tom Brady, Gary Vaynerchuk. He's obviously got the sports behind it, MLB, NHL, MLS, lots of stuff because of the Fanatics thing. They've got a trading pit, they've got a live trading card, sort of breaks, athlete meet and greets. So it's going to be sort of the place to go. I think they're very, very strategic, should we say, well, they've placed it just a few weeks after the National. Again, I think for people in America, it's not going to matter too much for travel for them. You know, I can't see the travel expenses being that much. You know, whether you've gone to Cleveland, Ohio to the National, and then a couple weeks later to go to New York, depending on where you live, obviously. Obviously, if you're from outside of the US, you might want to think, you know, is it worth spending X, Y, Z to fly to Cleveland? Then obviously it's not like other nationals where Chicago, where, you know, you can sleep in the center where it's held. So, you know, it's just flights, taxi to the location. You know, you sleep there, wake in the morning, go to the card show, trade night, sleep, repeat. This one's a bit different because you have to get to wherever your location may be, as you can't stay at this location, and you have to, you know, taxi out. And I believe it's not, you know, very close to a lot of places, so it is a bit of a journey. So, you know, you're constantly traveling back and forth. Obviously, New York, you can have an abundance of hotels, Airbnbs in the area. Obviously, New York does have a bit of a premium on that sort of stuff. The plus side is it's just before the NFL season and the NBA season, so you might get a little bit cheaper, but I'd recommend booking now if you could, before the prices do go up. But yeah, you know, it's very interesting times. It's something I said on previous podcasts, previous on Instagram Lives. This is going to be the sort of the new Mecca, in my opinion. I think they're going to treat it right. I mean, again, you know, Cleveland, Ohio, where you have to, you know, whether you don't live in that state, you have to fly in, you have to travel to the venue. Whereas this one, New York, you know, it's the glitz, the glamour, the people are going to be there. Yes, you don't have, you know, rooms on rooms of sellers. You know, whether they adapt that in the future with what they're talking about. Because again, this is the Fanatic Fest. It's like the first sort of Fanatics events we're seeing. He did say in the video about putting it worldwide, doing different places. Whether that, you know, whether it changes from country to country, whether it changes state to state, we shall see. You know, he's very excited about it being sort of a Comic-Con sort of style thing. But again, I definitely think it's a step in the right direction. I think the amount of different warps of life you can get there. I mean, let's just go through that section again. I mean, it was, you know, from, what is it, ML? So yeah, NFL, NBA. I mean, Jesus, could you get any more really? NFL, NBA, WNBA, MLB, MLS, NHL, WWE, UFC. Then you've got Fanatics Sportsbooks, Sports Illustrated, Fanatics, Michelin Nest, so sort of the hatwear, clothing brands, Boardroom, PSA, Tops, Lids, again, hats again, Fanatics Live, VaynerX, and PWCC. You know, I think they'll mention more. Again, we've talked about Derek Jeter being there, Tom Brady, Kevin Durant, Sabrina Ionesco, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Hulk Hogan, Gary Vee. So, you know, then it's not playing around. Again, for 3 days for adults, $130, VIP is $400. You know you're going to get your money's worth with the stuff to be given away. So not too dissimilar to sort of national prices. If I was available at the time, I would 110% be there. Love New York. I'll spend a week there easy. 3 days, intense doing this. I think it's 10 till 7 p.m. So long days. And I think Sunday's 10 till 4 maybe. Then I got a few days to relax, hit up Bleakers, hit up coffees and cards, just enjoy New York in general. So yeah, it would definitely be a place to go. I hope the British and the Europeans do make a good shot there. I know we've sort of upped our numbers each year for the national, which is good to see. But no, I do think this is going to be the one. It's going to be a big sort of conference of all the giants. It really is. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Are you interested in going? Let me know. I'll move on. Right, another one, another interesting one, which I had a few people message about, when it got announced, and now it's obviously been out. But it's the Sports Card Collecting and Investing for Dummies book by Jeff Wilson and co. I think Tyler Nevercott and was someone from the I think it's Sports Illustrated is from, but I could not find that. 1 second. But yeah, so that's interesting. Interesting to have a book called Sports Card Collecting and Investing for Dummies. A lot of people who got back into the hobby or got into the hobby in 2020, 2021 due to Gary Vee seems to be a big one. I was listening to him and he was talking about it, and people got back into it through COVID and didn't really know much about it really, or when they collected as kids there was not as many different sets there is now, and didn't know what the expensive stuff was. So I do think something like this is needed in a sense. I think the collecting side of it's a bit weird because no one should tell you what you to collect or advise you or not. That's your personal thing for you to collect. If you want to collect every base card, you might say no. But am I going to push people to buy base cards? Obviously not. It's their abundance. It's not a very good investment. So if you want to collect every Manchester City card in the world, go and do it. We've just had the guy, I think it's Cubs 1 million, who's got 1 million Cubs cards. There's collect whatever you want. That's the beauty of collecting. No one can tell you anything. Collect what you want and enjoy it. That's what the hobby's about, right? Invest inside of it. Of course, there needs to be some sort of guidelines. I've not yet purchased a book, so that is what I'm going to get into. The point, I will buy this book. I will go through the book. I will give you a good review on the actual book itself. But it's very interesting that someone's released a book, Sports Card Collecting and Investing for Dummies. I've heard people saying you shouldn't have a teenage kid on there on the front cover. With investing, etc., etc. But as anyone who's been to America knows, the kids over there have very, 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 very good collections and very good investment in cards, and you'll see that if you ever go, especially to the national. These kids will have 20-30 grand cards in abundance. It's crazy. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I have ordered the book. I will let you know once I've read it, but my initial thoughts are, it's good to have a guideline for people getting into the hobby and getting into investing into cards. It possibly could have a good knock-on effect as getting more people in, because now you have a sort of, same way you have a stock markets for dummies. It's somewhere for someone to learn and think, hey, I can make plays here. I can make some extra money here. Here's a book telling me certain things I need to know. I can research myself, and also there's new money into the hobby. The circle of life repeats, as we say. But yeah, I will let you know. Let me know if you've ordered it, what your thoughts on this is. Someone writing a book about collecting and investing on sports cards. Some of a Marmite character in Jeff Wilson, sports card investor. Some people love him, some people hate him. But yeah, interesting. Other than that, so what else we have? We have today's episode. We have to talk about the weekend of football, or soccer. We start off with Man City and their 5-1 victory at Luton, at home to Luton. Put them at the top of the table by 2 points, knowing that Arsenal played Villa on the Sunday at 4:30, and Liverpool played Crystal Palace. I think it was 2:30 they played, maybe 12:30, I can't remember. So it was never too much of a sort of that's it now, City top of the league. You sort of thought there would be, the constant cat mouse. Palace go and beat Liverpool at Anfield 1-0. Kind of a bad week for Liverpool. After getting beat 3-0 at home by Atalanta in Europa League. I don't want to say it's finished their hopes of getting through and winning the Europa League, but it's a big deficit to overcome, and especially when your strikers and goal scorers aren't finishing, as we're seeing now for Liverpool. So it's not worked out too well for them. I know a lot of people are saying now they're going to finish third, and sort of Klopp's last season's going to fade out. We shall see on that one. We shall see. Arsenal, who have been going strong and scoring quite prolifically. Tough tie at Munich. Obviously at home for them. Got away with 2-2 draw. Could have been a penalty here, could have been a penalty there. No comments with that Gabriel one, but whatever. They go to the Allianz Arena midweek. Try and keep them Champions League hopes alive. They slipped up against Villa, but what I would say, when I say slipped up, Aston Villa played like a team wanting that top 4 spot. They've been, playing well all season. Had a bit of a dip, sort of the back end of mid-season, but they look like they're kicking for these last few games now to try and get Champions League football for themselves. So yeah, it's opening up now. City is top of the league by a couple of points, all to play for. So City have more games than the rest of them in the top 3. So they're fighting out because of Champions League and then FA Cup commitments. So obviously City have Madrid this week in midweek, and then we have Chelsea in the Cup on the weekend. Whereas obviously Arsenal and Liverpool don't. So it's going to be interesting. I think there'll be a couple more twists yet. I think there's 6 games left in the league. So yeah, I think a few more twists and turns. I think the big ones to watch is Tottenham, who play Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City. So they could determine where this title goes. But yeah, very interesting now. Seems to be very much in Manchester City's hands. You win all your games, you win the league. But again, a lot of games tend to play compared to everyone else with Champions League and FA Cup. It could give them, if they beat Madrid, it gives them at least 2 more games in the Champions League, with potential 3 more games. If they beat Chelsea, it gives them another game in the FA Cup at the final. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but we shall see what happens there. We also had the Masters just finished. Scotty Scheffler, 2-time Masters champion. Wasn't the comeback we wanted for Tiger, but it was good to see him out there for a little bit, especially on the first day. But Scotty Scheffler, again, I think he has a Sports Illustrated for Kids card, so maybe look out for that. Hopefully get some more golf cards coming soon. I mean, they definitely deserve it. I think Masters is something that a lot of people tune in for and watch. So yeah, let me know if you've got the Scotty Scheffler cards out there. Let me know. And we also have the NBA playoffs. The brackets are set, so let me go through this now. So in the West, we have a play-in between Sacramento Kings, the Golden State Warriors. That's the 9th seed versus the 10th seed. And then we have the New Orleans Pelicans versus LA Lakers. So the winner of that obviously played the winner of Kings versus Warriors. So then still in the West, we have first seed Thunder. They'll play the winner of Kings, Warriors, Pelicans, Lakers. And we also have Clippers versus Mavs, which is going to be a showdown. Going to be a showdown because Kyrie, Luka, Paul George, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. Eesh. We have Timberwolves versus Suns. What can I say there? What can we say there is to the probably next, people fighting for the next generation of face of the NBA with Booker, Ant-Man. And we have the Nuggets, the 7th seed. But the winner of the Lakers, Pelicans. That's right, yeah. So then the loser will face the winner of the 9-10 spot. So that got a bit confusing there because I confused myself. So yeah, the winner will play the loser. The winner of Kings versus Warriors will play the loser of Pelicans versus Lakers due to seeding. So Lakers 8th, Pelicans 7th. So that's why that's like that. So yeah, so Lakers Pelicans will play Nuggets. Not easy for whoever wins that one, right? And then over in the East for the play-in, so we have the 10th seed Hawks versus the 9th seed Chicago Bulls. And then we have the 76ers versus Miami, seed 7 and 8. So the loser of 7 and 8, so the loser of Philly and Miami will play the winner of Hawks and the Bulls. The winner of that game there will then play number 1 seed Boston Celtics. The winner of the 76 Miami Heat game, play the 2nd seed Knicks. Who'd have thought that at the beginning of the season, huh? Who would have thought Thunder first, and who would have thought Knicks second in the East? Let me know. I definitely would have thought that. Happy for them though. After being there, watching them beat the Bulls, I was happy for them. A bit more of a Knicks fan now. We also have the Cavs versus Magic, and we have the Bucks versus the Pacers. Racks up the East. Crazy time there. Let me know who you think's going to come out there. Let me know who's going to come out there. Who do you think? Who's coming out the East? Who's going out the West? Let me know. Should I go out on a whim? Hard to past Celtic, really is. Boston Celtics, yeah, hard to past Celtics. Thunder, I don't know, just the Nuggets. Hard to pass the Nuggets. Ugh. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm not going to make a comment. I can't make a prediction. I can't. Celtics Nuggets though. So I'm not making a prediction. And then in other news, a little bit off topic, a little bit not off topic, but in February, a case of 1979 O-Pee-Chee hockey cards sold for $3.2 million at Heritage Auctions. But according to CBC Radio Canada, the owner of this now, the buyer, has changed his mind. The winner was quoted as saying, "I'm not as passionate about it as I've seen other people in the sports collecting world." And his rumours is reached out to Drake and Wayne Gretzky about buying the case. Absolute mentalness. If it sounds like he got a bit excited up in the auction, went a bit too high for him, and now he's regretting it. $3.72 million. Yeah, live within your means, guys. I'm not as passionate as other people. Jeez, 3.72 mil. Really not as passionate. Jeez, I would say more money in cents, but 3.72 million is a lot of money. So more money, a lot of sense. Absolute craziness. It reminds me of like on eBay. You put stuff up and the bids. You think, it's all right price. That really, maybe it's a little bit over comps. Maybe it's round comps. The next minute you get you wait a day, nothing. You send the polite message. Hey, congrats on winning. Let me know you can pay. I can get this package and parcel to you. So you get it. You don't hear nothing for 24 hours, and the next day you get I didn't know I won this. My dog bid on eBay, and I didn't want to go this high, and the dog got crazy excited and pressed the button. Well, them sort of scenarios. You just want to sort of ban this guy from bids. I can't even say how he copes in society because the guy had 3.72 mil to spend. Jesus Christ. How he amassed that wealth, I'll never know. He must be a silver spooned guy because this is ridiculous. So 3.72 mil. 3.72 mil. I'd respect him more if he just said, do you know what? I bought it as an investment, I'm trying to flip it in 6 months. I want 4.5 mil for it. This is Gretzky's rookie year. Oh, beachy baby. I'm not as interested. Jesus. Nonsense. But anyway, on other news of nonsense, hope you guys listen to the For Love of Cards podcast. Obviously, the team touched there on the whole, loaded cases. And if you're following London City Cards on Instagram, you would have seen him hunting him down over in Spain as well. I believe in Gibraltar he is now. So yeah, he's hunting down these loaded cases and who's got them. Respect to bringing a team over there For the Love of Cards. Great pod. I think it left people sort of wanting to know because people are always going to want to know. But Rooney kept it as the that he wasn't going to say who it was. So yeah, so it left people in a bit of a weird space. It's obviously gutting not to know, especially having seen the text messages. You sort of, oh, you know, I got the screenshot from the guy who said this, but now he's saying that that's not the case. It's like, well, why are you saying it on this text messages then? Sure, you've got him semi-banned to rights if he's accepting. Oh yeah, cool. I'm getting loads of stuff again, load of cases. You know, if your informant sent you that and then all of a sudden saying that, it's crazy. You know, but it is what it is. I guess we'll never know the truth. One of them things that's going to piss you off with this hobby and just the world in general. You know, what's not nice though is, you know, death threats to Rainey and other threats he was getting about himself. Listen, he was trying to do something where he saw injustice. You know, he's done what he sort of brought it to light and made it a sort of talking topic, which is good. Was everyone's need for blood, you know, thirst for blood satisfied? Obviously not. You know, people handle things differently. Would I have said who it was? Possibly. You know, I probably would have put the cat amongst the pigeons and listen, this guy said this about this person and here's some text messages, infos. Do what you want. You know, shut the grenade in, as you say, and shut the door and sit back. Not my problem, but hey, it is what it is. Again, interesting topic to talk about as well. Loaded cases, and do we think this? You know how I feel about breakers in general. There's these breakers that just do breaking, and that's fine. It's the breaker sort of influences, and great, this new product, make sure you get it, and it's spend all your money on this, and they know it's dead products. You know, it's a very much deceiving in my eyes. But yeah, for you breakers that are selling great products, good for you, and I don't really care too much. You know, it is what it is. Again, people can collect what they want to collect, people can invest in what they want to invest in. I'm just trying to help give you guys information to make sure that, you know, you enjoy the hobby the best you can, and if you want to turn it into a side hustle, you get the information, whether it's on here, whether it's with the On the Lookout show on YouTube as well, where we go through the data and we look through times to buy, sell, etc. You know, that's the important part here of, you know, not getting yourself in too much debt. I mean, it's very, very tough times out here in the economy. You know, we're seeing it left, right and centre. So, you know, you have to be very frugal and very smart about where you're going to spend your money. And also spend your time and sort of, you know, that sort of energy and who you listen to and who's going to advise you down a path of just watching nonsense for 2 hours of your life after work. Are you going to watch someone who's going to educate you a little bit and help you progress in life? You know, this is decisions you got to make, because shit is real out here. It really is. But anyway, another episode of the Card Show done and dusted. I said 43, I would have thought it. Appreciate you guys for listening. As always, the DM's always open for any questions you'd like to have. As you guys know, I appreciate all your messages. I do respond to them all. Again, another one for the YouTube. I told you I'd do it more often. You messaged me saying, oh, not many YouTube ones, is there? Doing more of them. You know, I'm trying. But yes, another one done. Appreciate you guys as always. More content coming soon as always. So make sure you're following all the socials, Insta, you know, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Hit that subscribe, little notification bell, wherever that may be, here, there, everywhere. Twitch soon as well, actually, believe it or not. Yeah, starting Twitch soon. Sales pretty much done ish. But yeah, Twitch soon, so I'll be Twitching out. I want to do some stuff on there, man, like even just like watch parties and watching the games and just stuff we can all get involved in this community, you know, because watch the games, see the prospects, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, even playing some games with you guys will be fun. So yeah, that's the plan. Card show's coming up thick and fast. I'll see CardCon this weekend. You know, London's just a few weeks away. It's getting there. Obviously, the Yorkshire's Card show's announced the game and the lineups and whatnot. They did a weird Instagram, and you know, it's like third down MGC, but third down is not on the same team. So yeah, let me know if you're playing that game. Enjoy it if you go. It's going to be streamed on YouTube as well, so there you go. Get to watch it and hear GBW apparently. GBW? Possibly GBW. Official GBW. I always forget now. GBE, GBW. Jack. But yes, he'll be the commentator. He's the John Motson for the day. Whatever that means. Well, I'm just rambling now, so say less. Enjoy. Peace.